Hey everybody. I decided to put together this really short video just to kind of highlight some features of a new software tool I found called OBS Studio. It's Open Broadcast Software Studio. It's freeware. It seems to have some pretty cool capabilities. Where I've seen this type of tool used is on a lot of YouTube videos with video gamers. They are able to really inject their own personality, perspective into the video by showcasing what's going on in the dynamic content behind them, while also engaging with their viewers. In our case, if we're looking to do this, this will give us a way to further engage with our students while also touching on the topical content. Here I've got just a simple simulation in the background. This is something we use with our UAS students called Real Flight 8. It's a UAS remote control aircraft sim. I'm using this, or I'm planning to at least, in one of my classes that deals with operational configuration. Why would you choose a specific airframe or a payload for a given environment or application? Here I can go in and I can showcase, well, look, this is a type of aircraft that is well suited to a given task or function, and actually show them why. Another cool thing is, because of this dynamic camera component, this interactive camera, I can show them the controls that I'm using, and I can show them what they actually do. On screen, you'll see kind of a similar display with some red dots on the control sticks. As I move these real-world controls, they accordingly move on the screen. So that's another layer of interactivity that helps the students understand what it is I'm doing when I'm operating. I have a first-person view on here in the lower right corner, and then the main screen is kind of my standard visual line of sight. So as I do this, I can turn on my audio. Now you have that further element in the background there. So that helps to really drive the realism and the engagement. So here I'm just going to real quick fly over to this environment. This is a construction environment. So, I mentioned showcasing this for how I might use it in a class. I would walk the students through why this platform is either particularly well suited for this, or some of the risks that need to be considered before selecting a platform like this. For this case, I can talk about the stability and the ability to get in very close to look at specific details. Here you can see I can still maintain visual line of sight, yet get pretty close. This is a very stable platform, so with just a minor little tweaking, I can get it to go into a hover and just kind of hang out there. And I can adjust the gimbal, and I can show them. Look, to adjust the gimbal up or down, I have a barrel knob here that I'm going to rotate. And because of that increased interactivity here, they're able to see that dynamically, both on the screen as well as in the real world. So it's just some interesting capability that's now possible due to tools like this. I really do think that this is going to be important, having this direct line to the students when we're kind of going over complex ideas. Something like this I think would be really usable in some of the virtual labs that we have, like the ERAU Hub. I think that's a component that I'm going to probably explore next, so that I can walk my students through construction of a UAS and refinement of the different elements through to actual operation and analysis of the function. This might be usable in some of the engineering courses that Brian and team are working on with their virtual labs. So I think this is definitely a tool that it can expand how we interface with our students. So I strongly encourage you to take a look at it and see if this is something that will work for you. I'm going to include a link to the software download. It's, I think, obsproject.com, but I'll include it with this video. And if you've got any questions, I'm more than happy to walk you through my own experience with it. I mentioned there's still some tweaks where I'm learning how to use it. It took me about maybe 15 minutes of just kind of going through the details to figure out how does this tool work, and what are some of the unique capabilities of it. I'm sure there's some more stuff in the background that are our folks will discover and find, hey, this is really cool. And maybe there's another third-party software tool out there that you guys have had some experience with. Feel free to share that. I'd love to check that out. Where this all started for me was I was looking at Zoom, and I just don't think it has the dynamic capability that something like this will offer in my classroom. But a free tool, I'm not going to argue with that. So, all right, hope all is well, and have a great afternoon. Thanks.